Alright, let's see. Are we live? Oh, we're connecting. Yep, Twitch is showing me adverts. That looks good. Let's see. Looks like YouTube's got me. Oh god, am I hearing everything twice? I am. Ah, that's better. Have I muted everything? Now I can't hear any game sounds. Oh no. Hello, Spotty Cow, welcome back. Hello, Charlie, welcome back. Let's see. Yep, microphone's still working. Very good. Alright. Let's see if Twitch has finished catching up. Make sure I've got that muted as well. Oh, Twitch is buffering. Twitch has been really twitchy. How's it for you, Spotted Cow? Is it all buffery, or am I coming through okay? All right, so last night, rather than streaming, I was having a look over the fortress to see how things were and do a few alterations and look through the dwarves and see what was going on. And I just tweaked a lot of things. The idea was, I thought I'd spend a quick half hour and then I'd do some streaming last night, but I actually spent, I don't know, maybe 5 hours just tweaking things. So I've got a lot to show you just to bring you all up to speed with where the fortress is up to. So let's start at the top here. Right, first of all, let's show you so I've changed around the pens and pastures and things. I've created this pasture here where I'm going to put the cavies. So cavies are like a slightly large guinea pig, because we've got some pet cavies that have come with some of our dwarfs. Let's zoom in a little bit. And I want them to breed. They're going to be our like a good meat source alongside the rabbits. And so this is where the yaks are at the moment. I think I'm going to do away with the yaks and actually put the alpacas in there eventually. Because I think we've got alpacas and we've got llamas. The migrants have brought those with them. So I think we will probably use the alpacas and llamas as because they give us yarn and they give us milk. So now I don't think we have any needs for the yaks anymore, and they eat more grass and they don't give us as much stuff. I've been through the refuse stockpile and just determined, set a load of stuff to be dumped. Up here, up here I have set this area here for fruit gathering. And the idea is that I won't chop any trees down in this area. We'll just leave those trees permanently there. Although what I might do is just cut away a little bit at the front here, because I'll definitely have to keep that bit clear of trees. Could also, while I'm here, make that a plant. Just gather whatever plants are in this area. We are out of wood, so I've designated some trees around the outside of here to be chopped down. Oh, I keep trying to use WASD to move around the map and it doesn't work. Right, I need to make our pathway a bit wider. So I'd already done this last night. I just started channeling out a bit deeper. I've designated down here to be channeled out to the same depth. And if we go down a layer, what have I done down here? Did I do anything down here? Oops. Oh yeah, I did go through. Oh, look, I missed a bit in the warren. Let me just sort that out. Because otherwise they won't be able to get to that bit. So just there. Yeah, add that to the warren. That's better. I did make sure that as we cut this bit back, it's not gonna go into the channel, but we might get a few more collapses. It's kind of inevitable. Wish I could see my keyboard. But I don't think I didn't do much else down on this level. Here. Now let me just make sure. Is chat working? Yep. So here I have. There's we've got hematite in the walls here and here. Yeah, chat's working. Moo, spotted cow. There is a vein miner type functionality, so what I want to do before we dig down any further, I want to mine out this area. So I have, you don't have fancy light, it's the microphones in the way of my arrow keys. I wonder if I can move my keyboard slightly so that I can see my arrow keys. Because I don't normally use my arrow keys, so it doesn't normally matter. There we go, I can now see everything, but it's at a funny angle. Let's try just altering the angle of the microphone a little. Alright, that should do. We'll see how that goes. I might end up making a few more typos than normal. Yeah, so what I want to do is dig out all of the really good ores before we dig down any further, so that while I can still get to this stuff, because like this is all will be one day steel. Other things that I've done, I did notice I'd set up one of the archery ranges to be a training place, but it was really small and I wanted it to cover at least all of the ammunition, and I needed to set the other two as well as a training place, and I've put both Archer 1 and Archer 2 on there. I've changed around, I've made this another ammo stockpile because we just needed to increase the size. I have put a specialised finished goods stockpile. We're going to bring up quivers and I think it's backpacks I've put on there. This is our weapon stockpile because we shouldn't build up too much of a stock of weapons because they'll all be picking them up. This is the armour stockpile. I've left that on the same. Now what I have noticed is that I really should have put these the other way around. I should have the gate back here and doors in front, so that way if dwarves are running in to escape something, they can get through the doors faster, and I can close, like the gate is our final line of defence against something, because gates are indestructible against anything except lava. And they're indestructible against lava if they're made of the right thing, but I don't think ours is. So I'm going to swap those around, but I've set them up so much to do, we'll worry about that a bit later. Hello, Sal! Going down again. In the middle here, I've set this up as a place where the puppies can live. And I've just tinkered with the settings of all of the stockpiles. Oh, no, I'll tell you something I did do that I want to change, because I've thought again. Is here. Can I pick up? Yes, I can. Not the stockpile, but the activity zone. I'm going to remove that. I thought it might be fun to train these tortoises and make them tame. Now, last time it was a dwarf fortress, I had a blackout, so what happened? Do you remember our murder mystery? We never solved the murder mystery because of the crash, unfortunately. But what we have had happened... no, Spotted Cow, you haven't died in the fighting. We've had a couple of deaths. We had one dwarf has died to a giant. Another dwarf died to a cave-in. And oh, remind me when Bernie turns up. Remind me, I've got something to show him that he'll be really happy with. But training is going quite well. Did you lose your eye? Says Tammy. Am I still alive? Says Sel. Yes, everybody's still alive except for the one unnamed dwarf, the random dwarf who got killed by the giant, and the miner who died in the cave-in. So everybody else is still alive, and right at this second, nothing bad is happening. It was a good place to stop. Looking at the date, it's the 1st of the 7th month, so we should be expecting a trader soon, which is good because I've got loads of stuff. Are there still Kia men around? Yes, there are. Oh, so actually you didn't black out. I must have stopped playing not long after you blacked out, because we've still got the Kia men. We killed all of the ones inside the base, but there's still about 5 around the world. Oh yeah, I've designated a zone here for guard dogs. We've blocked the hole in the roof, so the only place that the Kias can get in now is here. And I'm thinking about putting some guard dogs, chaining some guard dogs around the depot, so that, well, for one thing, they'll help to at least warn us if we've got Kias raiding the depot. But also it will be a temptation for anything that's attacking us from the outside. Tried to watch the last stream, but your internet couldn't stand it after the blackout. Oh dear. I've added a table to the hospital so that we can do surgery, because I'd forgotten about that. I have done anything here. Just tinkered with stockpiles. Down here, I've added an extra, I think it's a crafts dwarf in. I've put, is the soap? I've put in, let me bring that up. I've put in a wood furnace down here because we're not making soap. And when I look, it's because we haven't got any ash to make any lye. It's as simple as that. So I've put in a wood furnace down here, and we'll start making some ash, which is why I need to cut down some more stuff. I've put a bunch of things on the clothier's shop to be made. I'll show you why that is in a moment. And I've put in another clothier. We'll get some more of that, because we've got loads. Normally we've got loads of idle dwarves, and we've got loads of things we need to make. So I thought, oh, we'll soon fix that. We'll just get more stuff going. Going down a bit further, I need to shunt that smelter up so I can fit another smelter in. Nothing else down here. I might have tweaked some of the things that are queued and some of the stockpile bins and stuff like that. I've marked out the floors a bit better so that if I want to expand rapidly, you don't have to sit here watching me count squares. Cemetery land is still as it was. Oh, I've marked out bedrooms. Oh, we are so short of bedrooms. So I've marked out another 2 floors of bedrooms. And you see these ones? I've made some big bedrooms because we need to make some better bedrooms for the nobles. Oh, I've also designated Tammy as our Chief Justice because we need somebody to keep law and order in this place. And I thought Tammy's probably the best person to do that because she's got the leadership skill. And I don't want someone who's in our army to be the justice. So I'm going to need to get some dwarves set up as the fortress guard. How many dwarves are there? What are the dwarves thinking? We'll have a look at that in just a sec. These are going to be the jail cells. That's going to be our mayor's room. This is going to be the Chief Justice room. this is all the same. Dining room's the same. I'm going to dig out a couple of extra temples here. I will put in tables and chairs and things and make the library more efficient, get them actually writing things as well as just reading things. I've marked out a bunch more rooms and told them to dig down further until we get to here. So when we go further, the further down we go, the more likely it is that we will break into the underground caverns. And there's things down there. What I'd like to do eventually is to... Yeah, the temple's curious what these guys worship. We can have a look. What I want to do is to move our tavern down here so that there's a crossover. It means that there won't be a direct staircase link between... There'll be a transition area. And if that transition area opens straight into our tavern, then we've got some ready-made guards and sacrifices in case anything bad comes from below. Keep an eye up for the Balrog. Yeah, exactly. Where is Mir's Kubat? Kubat? But that's as far down as I've got them digging at the moment. So that's the things I've been doing with the actual base. Now with the dwarves themselves, let's just bring up Dwarf Therapist. That sounds sense. That's what's providing the music. Dwarf Therapist. So we have 87 dwarfs. At the moment I'm not showing the babies on here. So there will be... Oh, I can look at that through units, can't I? We have 105, including the babies. Has any sites been established around your fortress? Have any sites, right? Not close by, but I'm awfully suspicious about the necromancer that's moving around, because the necromancer has moved northwards towards us. And the fact that our dwarves are making... We've had two amulet things, two artifacts now. Oh, his boiler room. Yeah, Mir's gone to bed. He's in his boiler room. Dead and missing is 7. Must be some animals. Oh, yes, the key. Yes, so we killed 5 of them. That's okay then. On the map at the moment, a bunch of guests, some wild animals. We've got all of the tortoises in cages. And what I want to do with those tortoises is they are really, really good for training your military, because the military can't hurt them. They can, as long as we attack them without weapons, then it builds their armor skill. 2 necromancer artifacts, yeah, because there was the one that you saw the first time where we got news that the necromancer have moved north. They're not anywhere near us, but they've moved in our direction. So we got the news that this particular faction had set up a town way south of us. They'd come from even further south. Then somebody produced the artifact, which referenced them, and the artifact told us that they were necromancer dwarfs. And what's happened since then is someone else created an artifact which had an image of the other artifact on it, referencing the necromancer again. And I'm thinking we should be prepared. If we survive long enough, I think that necromancing dwarf faction, which is a different faction to ours, is going to cause us some fun in the future. Are you a militia captain? Yeah. What I've done with the military is I've set up 2 just unarmed militias. Spotted Cow and Cell. Oh no, not Spotted Cow. I thought I put Spotted Cow. Oh no, you're in the same group as Cell. Yeah. Not because I want you to be army, but because I just want to train. I was looking through the dwarves and seeing what the happinesses were like. Let's just have a look at that. So, yeah, had it sorted by happiness. And I was going through seeing what, let's just turn that round. Because I noticed that we had 3 people who were only quite content. And so I was having a look to see what the issues were and what we could do about it. How many in-game years? Just over 2. So we're still pretty early in the game, but we're certainly in the realms of fun starting. So Cell, sure, you got knocked out in a cave-in. You survived, but you were knocked unconscious, so you did experience trauma. That was why you were afraid after experiencing trauma. But also, you're unhappy about not being able to practice a martial art, and you've not been able to practice a craft. So I've been going through everybody and just tinkering with what they do, with all of the jobs, to make sure that you have something that you can do. And I've put together some unarmed military just so that you can spend some time training, so that you get a bit of joy from practicing your martial arts. Now, something I noticed about one of these, I think it was this one, unable to acquire something for too long. And when I had a look at the clothing, everything around here, everything in the armour thing, where there's a highlighted box, that means somebody's wearing tattered clothing. There's an awful lot of tattered clothing. So we need to deal with that. Everybody wants flasks and backpacks. You actually have a flask and a backpack? Or do you not need them? Oh yeah, it's a lot of tatter. They're not terribly tattered, but all of those X's in front of the clothing there means that, yeah, they're getting tattered. But on the bright side, I have noticed that a lot of people in the military... Watch me not find one. Where's Belle also? Where's Bernie? He's... People who are our fighters are actually looking pretty good. Oh, here we go. Yeah, like Bernie. So, yeah, his clothing is tattered. He doesn't have any chest armor, but he does have... Where is it? He's got a masterpiece steel helmet. So some of this stuff, and a lot of the army have all got masterpiece steel helmets, which is really good. And there's a lot of people with shields as well. Like Bernie has a silver warhammer and a masterpiece steel shield. So that's pretty good. I think those supplies are for off-site explorers and the military. If you give them a backpack and a flask, if they're on duty, then they'll eat and drink from the backpack and their flask, but then they don't get the buff that they're sitting in a nice room. So yeah, when Bernie arrives, look at this. It was Bernie who killed the giant. He was the one who got the kill. So Bernie at the moment is our killing machine. So yeah, clothing, it hasn't really affected their morale too much yet. So everybody, no one's a light green. They're all kind of, they're fine. They're not happy, they're just fine. And we need to sort that out. We need to get them some good clothing. So I'm going to do that. Right, so I've set up an awful lot of stuff. What else did I do? Probably all kinds of other things, but they've got so much to do now. I'm just going to let it run for a little while. Someone just cancelled making some clothing because they haven't got any cloth. Oh, I've put some animals in to be butchered as well because we've got so many. Yeah, getting dwarves happy after the last update, much more difficult. And that has been my, like, for all of my cloth coatneys, I thought we had loads of cloth. Let me just check something. Let's have a look at the inventory. Ah, we got loads of wool. Not loads of plank cloth. Balls. Does that mean I've set up all of that stuff just on cloth? When I should have made it out of wool. Well, we'll buy a load of pigtail cloth when the trader comes. They're due. Now that's been set up. Cloth and silk. Can we not? Can we actually not make stuff out of? Oh, does it count as yarn? Is yarn like woolen cloth? I thought yarn was like thread, but maybe it's not. Let's see, we'll dig gloves last. Let's just add, we'll try this. So make it out of yarn. Add some mittens. So I did most of this off screen because watching me just set up a load of workflows, I figured it's something you'd be quite happy for me to just tell you about rather than watch me do. Alright, a sock. We definitely need some socks out of yarn. I want to save the silk, at least until we've got a good supply of cobwebs to make silk out of. Because that way, because we've got cloth, we've got silk thread in stock, and we've got silk cloth in stock. So I figure that if we get any dwarves go into any strange moods, then we've got something for that. You can only make cloth out of sheared yarn. If you get yarn from anything else, it's stuck as yarn. We've got pigtails and we've got lots of woolen yarn. We've got lots of sheared wool because we've got sheep and llamas and alpacas. Doing pretty good for that actually. Okay, make me some yarn shoes. We'll make some leather shoes eventually. In fact, why don't we do that? Add leather shoes. I'd really like to just make everybody some. Doesn't pigtail need to be processed or something? Oh, maybe you're right. We've been making pigtail stuff, but I've been buying pigtail cloth and growing pigtails. Maybe it needs to be processed. Oh, you might be right there. Shoe of leather. Yeah, the farmer's workshop. Oh, when they process plants. I bet you have not set that up. You prefer the Dwarf Fortress copy, which is RimWorld, better graphics. Yeah. I thought weave yarn into cloth. Yeah, that was why I was thinking that if I made stuff out of cloth, that would be any pigtail stuff and any woolen stuff. I didn't realise that you make yarn into cloth and that cloth is still called yarn. Let's add weave cloth from plant threads. Is that it? Let's just try processing the plants first, maybe. Let's see what I've set up. So we've got a quiver and a shoe. I'll sort out the materials there. Or we'll just buy a load of pigtail in. I wanted to also add some rope. Because we're going to need rope for our prisons. Just keep some rope in stock. Wouldn't be a bad idea to get some more bags, but I did notice that we've got one bag knocking around in in one of the stockpiles somewhere, so that we're obviously not desperate for them. Okay, what? What? Who stole what? A masterworks beat. Who stole what? A Kia woman. Oh, maybe she's just escaped off the map. I'm pretty sure that because I checked all of the Kias to see where they were, and none of them were in our base, but they could well have come out. It's probably one of the ones that we chased. Let's just have a look at the units. So there's 3 Kias left. So if we zoom, yeah, so he's flying off in the sky somewhere. And if we have a look at the others, so yeah, I think that Kia woman was the one that we chased out of the base earlier. Yeah, so she's not in the base. And oops, the last one. Yeah, and she's not in the base. So we are okay on that front. Yeah, I haven't got process. So if I go process plants. Process plant to bag. Make sheet from plant. Process plants. Repeat that. Let's see if that gives us pigtail yarn. And if it does, I'll move one downstairs. Right, so they are busy clearing out this stockpile at the moment. I've put a lot of the animals that we're unlikely to ever want to slaughter. Like we're always gonna want a couple of females and a male rabbit. So I've made them adoptable. The KVs are in their area, that's good. We'll sort out the yaks a bit later on. People will be moving stuff all over the place because I've been tinkering so much with the stockpiles. No seeds. Let's make pigtails there then. We are gonna need some more. We're gonna have to up our production on food and drink. And I thought I'll just because we're immediately short of bedrooms. Let's see how they're doing down here. Right, they're digging out the bigger bedrooms. They're digging out. I mean, it would have been more efficient if I'd have told them to just dig like one floor at a time. But I figured by the time I'd remembered that I'd asked them to do it, they'd probably have done both of them. Yeah, got them to dig out all these little corners and things. We'll use those. Oh, we wanted to have a look at what they are worshipping, don't we? So, meditate on fortress. Is there an easy way to find out more about the... Oh, well, actually, that's no specific deity. But this one over here is... Can we see more? Through therapist? Maybe. Wrong one. I usually have dwarf therapist on the end, so I'll misclick that until I get used to it. Might be a thing that we can add. Yeah, you get to see all the gods when we're making the temples. Well, we are just digging out some temples, so we could save it for then. Tell you what I've never looked at is the needs tab. Oh, that could be quite useful actually. Cell needs to pray. Can't do anything about the fact that you're away from your family. You need to craft something. You need some martial arts training. Good meals we can soon solve. I think you were in hospital for a while, so that's why you'd be unhappy. Hey, Zeron. So, yeah, well, I never looked at this screen before, but this is actually quite useful. This will tell us what we need to focus on. Can't do anything about being with friends or being with family. If they're not here, they're not here. But we can, there's other things that we can deal with all of this praying. I mean, this guy, badly distracted after being unable to play to I must strap duel the mangies of puke. And she's not been able to pray to meng the tomb of scalding either. Yeah, she's actually going to get really upset about that bad lack of praying. So this is one thing I'm looking at. More temples so that we can get more people praying. Martial arts training so that we can give more people just a bit of practice. I've made sure that everyone's got the opportunity to do a bit of crafting, but we haven't been crafting enough to keep everybody busy, but we should be okay. Looks like everybody's been making merry. There's been quite a lot of that going on. Most people have been able to practice a skill, so we haven't had too much idle. The acquiring the objects, I think this comes down to everyone running around in tattered clothes. Everyone's had the opportunity to admire art. Think abstractly. I don't even know how you address that one. I haven't researched it yet. The inability to wonder. Only one person with... Oh no, there's a couple. Everybody gets to go outside a bit, so that should be solved. Anything else? Now, eat a good meal. There is plenty of good food. I think we just need to see if we can get it down to the dining room. Something about libraries, the abstract thing, or poetry. Oh, of course, I've not long set up the tavern, so maybe... maybe the fact that they are on, because they all rushed up to, anyone who was idle rushed up to the tavern as soon as it opened and sat there and listened to music. Reading can sate the need to think. Oh, hello. So hello, Check 94. I wonder if we just need more books then, or it could be the lack of tables and chairs in the library that's upsetting them. Yeah. Right, anyway, but let's let things run, because they've got a lot to do. All the stuff that I've set them up doing. Started getting some idlers, so I could now swap over the thing that I wanted to do with the activity zones. So what I want to do with this pen and pasture here is I'm going to take the yaks out of it. So not you. And instead, I'm going to put, I think, the llamas and alpacas. Actually, no. Change of plan. I'm going to put everything in there except the llamas, alpacas, and the sheep. Do I have any writing material? No, I don't. I haven't created writing material yet. So the library's got, it's a room and it's got one bookcase with something like 3 books in it. I just built the library quickly because we picked up some books from the trader and I needed somewhere to put it. Right, what I'm going to do is all of the animals that I plan to eventually slaughter, I shall put there. Wow, all of these animals got adopted really quickly. Yeah, I said anyone can adopt a sheep. Anyone can adopt my breeding pair of rabbits. Anyone can adopt my breeding pair of hens. I thought, for one thing, it'd make it easy for me to know which ones to slaughter and which ones not. So we've got, if we start getting too many sheep, then I'll start slaughtering the rams first. Yep, the water buffalo can go in there. We've got a lot less animals now that... Oh, there we go. The reindeer can go in there. A lot less random animals around because I've butchered most of the adults. Another reindeer cow. The yak bull can go there. Cavies over the way. The water buffalo, donkey foal. Yeah, that'll do. No cows? No. At least not anymore. Let's say we didn't have any in the first place. Shall we opt for that one? Yeah, I've got yaks and sheep, but I'm gonna slaughter the yaks because, or at least the adult ones, because we've got sheep, we've got llamas, we've got alpacas, and I've got something like 140 odd animals now. Oh, what? Who? Oh, the Kia woman. Where? Fighting one of our soldiers. Oh yeah, look, she's tried to make her way in. Very good. Oh, they'll murder her.
A dwarf with an idea is a very dangerous thing.
Okay, dwarf with an idea. Let's keep an eye on you. Let's see what you're up to. Hang on, I want to follow you. Just make sure you've got all the things. Yak hair is one of the things I mentioned you can spin into yarn but can't actually weave into cloth. Oh. Oh, here comes the... This will be the dwarves. So long as they are not spotted, I'm okay with you eating them. We've definitely not slaughtered any spotted cows. Right, where did that dwarf go with the strange mood? Well, we'll wait for him to...
I claim this workshop in the name of invention!
You've got a clothier. Okay. Let's keep an eye on you to make sure that you can get everything that you want. So you've got some cloth. Thankfully it's a strange mood one, yeah. Okay, and now you're just sat there. So, what have you not got? Cut gems, stacked leather, skeletons. Ah, you'll need bones. Stacked cloth, you've got. Quarry, well there's plenty of rock just below you. And there's rock blocks as well. So I'm gonna guess it's bones. Elf liaison? No, I think, well, I'm expecting it's the dwarfs. Right time of year for the dwarfs. Did it flash up that we've got an elf liaison? So let's just have a look up top here. Yeah, skulls. I don't remember seeing any skeletons. There's that Kia woman. Yeah, so if we just slaughter something, that should sort him out. Rat remains. Damn cats. Oh, the liaison can be of other races. Oh, okay, so obviously our mountain home dwarfs are of a very open-minded variety if they've taken on an elf to be their sort of visiting ambassador. Right, let's slaughter something. Got plenty to slaughter. I only slowed down on the slaughtering because we were just piling up the remains faster than they could be used. So I want to get rid of a whole load of hens and roosters and things. But I'm going to start off by getting... No, actually we will get rid of some hens and roosters and things. Yeah, let's start there. Butcher you. They're not our breeding ones, are they? Because our breeding ones should have been... Yeah, they've been adopted. So our breeding hens... I've got something like 5 hens, I think. 4 or 5 hens and a rooster that have been adopted. So they're safe. I won't accidentally slaughter those. We've got a handful of rabbits that have been adopted. So we can slaughter anything else. We've got tons of meat in the base. Right, that should do. Well, I would normally get rid of the roosters first, but if we go down to the kitchen, all of these here, I mean, they're stood on top of each other. There are so many chickens there. And this is my egg-laying bunch. Just toss the lot into magma. I haven't uncovered magma yet. Hello, Cupo. Yeah, I haven't uncovered magma yet, although we are digging down. Aha. Okay, let's discuss. Yes, do you have any news for me? There is much to discuss. We shall have a look at that in a moment. What requests do I have? I would quite like it if... Do chickens give bones? They do, but only if you slaughter them as adults. They don't if you slaughter chicks. I would like I think I can create my own leather now pretty reliably. Pigtail cloth. I'll give you a little bit extra for pigtail cloth. How about that? Yep, we'll just check that out. Yep, pigtail cloth is... We'll finish. Now, what do you want? You want... legwear, splints. Oh, the mayor's got a ban on splints. Can't export splints at the moment. Ooh, you pay good money for cheese. I've probably got a lot of cheese knocking around as well. Thread. No, I'll buy any thread you've got, actually. You're not having my shields. Alright, cheese is it, I think. A ban on exporting splints, which is sensible because we didn't have enough, and because I haven't yet got a container in the hospital. The hospital, it's always the strange ones. Do you know, I found probably 50% of the time the demands of the mayor are actually quite, or at least a little bit useful. Okay, shall we just have a look at merchants that arrived. What's the news? Can we see any news? Can see something highlighted over here. Vanished irons. I'm guessing that is an artifact. Was known to be in Lance Calls. That's the only thing I can spot in way of news. Let's just have a scroll down to see if there's anything else. Oh, hang on, there is something down there. There's a couple of things down there. What's that? Late winter of 219, Wooden Dune, the Mountain of Wind, was known to be in splatter squeezes. And the Palace of Courtesies was known to be in splatter squeezes. What do you reckon, guys? Do you think this is artifacts, or are these heroes, or... I'm not sure. Bear Frenzies, the Feral Oars, and Greed Lost, and Somber Author. Yeah, artifacts like books and things like that. So it's a busy little place for artifacts down here. The Grooved Pools was known to be in Tombslock. So if we have a little whiz up here. Now, this is our fortress here, isn't it? Yeah, that's us there. There isn't much in the north. No, we are one of the most northerly of the civilizations. There's a few up here on that separate island, but it's fairly wild around there. The necromancer, I think was one of these. Moved up from somewhere down south, I forget. I think it was here. So although there's a reasonable distance between us, we are the next... We are closer to the necromancer than they are from wherever they came from, put it that way. Am I going to start up my Nid Rimworld series again? Oh, I might do. I could be tempted. There's so much I want to play though. Now that I've got a computer that can handle the things I want to play, I want to play everything. I want to play it all at once. Unpause. I need to go downstairs. We need to get some goods. Yeah, most of the non-elven civilizations, the ones that matter, are concentrated on the large southeastern continent. And I didn't notice on the map, but I think the humans are extinct. I think there's only us elves, goblins and kobolds left. Right, what do we want to sell? Oh, we got loads of fish. Tempted to sell you a pile of fish. We'll sell these better quality ones. Oops. Okay. And yeah, you see, we have got alcohol in, but we haven't got as much in as I'd really like. I think I'll just sell all of the gems. See if there was any more. No, that was the lot. Oh, yes. I want to get rid of all of the tattered stuff because it's just filling up the stockpiles. Now, this is something I've not tested. I presume that if it's in the trader list, it's not on somebody's back. Does anybody know differently to that? I mean, I'm guessing so because we've got more than 4 steel shields out there. I was going to sell the tortoises, but now I've decided that I'm going to put them in a fighting pit instead. I'm not going to. Right, let's sell that lot. I'm always nervous about selling artifacts because I think it upsets the people who have claimed them. And I don't really understand why they claim them and then don't go and put them away in their somewhere safe where I can't accidentally sell them. Tools. Oh well, yeah, I made another bookcase, that's right. Made a bunch of wheelbarrows as well. So we are okay for empty barrels. That's not holding up production of alcohol, that's good. And we'll keep the mugs for the moment. I'm sure we've got more than 4 quivers, including the ones that are on people's backs, but I'm never quite sure whether I'm selling something that people own. When I just go through here, that would be a nice thing, and I haven't found anything in the wiki that tells me either way. Crutches. We only got 1 crutch. I did tell them to make more than 1 crutch. Sheep's wool rope. That's a good sign. That means that we've been able to make ropes out of the wool. So we must have turned the wool into yarn to be able to make that rope. We didn't have any ropes because I'd used the last one on something, can't remember what. But yeah, so that's a good sign. Right, that will do for selling. Let's get the trader down here. Handling a dangerous creature. Who's handling a dangerous creature? Let me just have a look at that announcement a second. Needs ash. Yep, we'll sort that out in a second. A farmer is handling a dangerous creature. Really? You were handling a dangerous creature there? Let's have a look at the units. Got an eagle on the map. Some warthogs and the caged tortoises. But the tortoises are where they're supposed to be. They're in the stockpile where I haven't moved them. Yeah, no, I'm a bit puzzled about that. Alright, well, let's let everybody get on with it. Sounds like more rabbits. We haven't finished slaughtering the last batch of rabbits yet. While they are loading that lot, let me just go down to my ashery. I want to add make ash. Make me bars of ash. 5 to 10 is fine. So I've set up a stockpile here for ash, and well, there's 3 separate stockpiles: ash, lye, and soap. So once we've got ash, then we'll have lye. Why are you not doing something? You should have bones by now. Skeletons, rock, cut gems, stacked leather. We're not out of leather, surely. Stacked cloth. Good. As far as I understand, if they don't have enough cloth, they won't get the first. Like, if they need 5 pieces of cloth and there's only 3, they won't go and collect the 3 pieces. That was the last thing you went and got. Ooh, I've just sold all the gems, haven't I? I wonder whether he needs gems. And I've just gone and sold them all. Although I've also been mining and there's probably gems all over the floor. Well, I'm going to buy some cloth and leather from the trader anyway. So I've spent a lot of time on pause, so it might be that although we've slaughtered some animals, the bones haven't made it to the stockpile yet, or could be any number of things. Let's trade. Oh yeah, they're still unloading. We'll just give everything a moment to catch up, and we'll see how we're doing. Well, of course, it could be that he had enough cloth when he picked up his first 3, but then other people have started creating more stuff since. Right, have you finished unloading now? A yak skull? Hang on a second. Oh no, a yak bull. Oh, fine. Okay, let's trade. Sell all the things. Let's start at the bottom. So I could just buy in some parchment sheets because I find them a pain to make. Wilds After the End. I don't think I've bought that one. A Record of Anatomy. Away with Joy. A Record of Wind. Oh, we can view these. Doesn't tell me anything. Okay. And Mating, My Love. Anatomy might help. Oh my gosh, that's expensive. And I'm not selling that much this time. Okay, we'll not buy that book. We'll buy that one. And that's more books than I intended to buy. Let's get rid of some of them. Let's get rid of a Record of Wind Direction. Oops. Oh, I didn't know I could scroll. Oh, so you can. Yeah, so we'll keep True Economy, Mating, My Love, The Way with Joy, and a Record of Anatomy. And I want to buy... don't need to worry about buying food or drink because for what we haven't got, I can easily get. But I do want to buy more yarn and thread. But not giant cave spider yarn because that's just pricey. Alright, we'll leave all of the food and drink. I've got them collecting fruit and salads and things from outside, and we've got loads of meat. I just need to set up another brewery so that we can keep up with the production needs. But I will get I'll get one more leather bin. We'll get a cloth bin with pigtail cloth in. We'll get a cloth bin with wool in it. And then I'll get some just cave spider silk. How are we doing? Right, we might be able to trade that now. Ah, yes, okay, he's accepted. Good, good. Right, trader can go back to previously scheduled activities.
No.
Now, of course, they are not going to unload that stuff until the trader leaves. And I don't think Argyle will go mad in that time, so I don't think even buying it, if it's cloth he needs, I think we'll be too slow. But he is, yeah, he's weaving now. Oh no, they are bringing it. I thought they didn't bring it until after the trader had left. Let's just check and see. Okay, so we've got cut gems. They've started bringing gems up and from down below. Oh, what do you want then? Skeletons. Let's just check. Maybe I'm wrong. I was pretty sure that hens, that slaughtering chickens gave you skeletons. Just in case that's the problem. Let's slaughter a yak bull. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we'll butcher you. Oops. And we'll take you guys off for the moment. Just so that he focuses on going and getting that bull. And we'll see if that solves the problem. Yes, it was. So it was the bones. Okay, so that means that chickens don't get... Ah, here he is. So even grown chickens don't give skeletons. Okay, they definitely give fat. They definitely give fat and leather and a skull. Right, he's gone get him whatever else he needs. Okay, he's got himself a gem. Right. Ah well, boneless chickens, indeed. I think we'll be fine now. I think he should have everything he needs. You're making lye. So, soap. We had a barrel of tallow earlier. Oh yeah, he's not made any tallow yet. He hasn't made any light. Where are they taking that? So you're busy making lye. I'm seeing people running backwards and forwards with buckets, as though they're taking the lye out in a bucket as soon as he makes it. Is he sat there again? Well, it's not gems. He didn't start making his masterpiece, did he? And I just didn't notice. Check upper page. No, so he's stuck on something else. Cloth. He's got bones. He got cut gems, stacked leather. Ah. There's probably just not enough cut gems yet. That should sort it. There will be somebody will be actively working on that at the moment. But I just sold all the cut gems. You're the smelter though. Let me just make sure that we've got enough. We should have loads of people who I've told them they can cut gems just so that they've got a craft available to them. Yeah, there's loads of people with gem cutting. So somebody must be on it. What's that pile of vomit? Oh, are we starting to get cave adaptation? Oh yeah, here we go. So let's just go up and see if that solves his problem.
Wow, did you see what I did with this? I'm gonna hang on to this.
Oh, someone's developed. What is it? Attached to a bismuth bronze crossbow. I think that's the one he came with, actually. Oh, we've got a petition available. Okay, we've now got 3 gems. I would have thought that would have done it. Let's check the inventory here. So there's plenty of cloth. And yeah, there's plenty of cloth, and there's yarn, and there's thread. And there's plenty of leather, so I don't think cloth or leather or thread or anything like that is the problem. Maybe he needs more bones than he's got?
We're here to help.
Oh, hello, migrants. And what's the petition? Yeah, sure. Why not? Come join us. We'll have a look at those migrants in a bit. Have we got more bones up here? No, because we only slaughtered 1, didn't we? So maybe we just need to slaughter some more animals. Some more animals with bones. Stray water buffalo bull. Yes, you can go. Let's see if that deals with it. Oh, yeah, it was. So it was more bones. Okay, so that puts that other myth to bed, because I thought that if they didn't have enough of a thing, they wouldn't go and get the start. So I say if they needed 5... Oh, thank God for that. It better be something good after all that messing around. Right, lots of idle people. So what I'd like to do now is some of you guys go get mining out here so that we can drop down without losing access to all of this hematite and stuff. What's that? Bituminous coal. While you're there, get digging. Just make sure that nothing's actually going to lead back into our base while we do. Don't think so. I've not marked that for digging, have I? No. This is part of our ramp system, so I can't dig that out yet. So what's all of this? Aha! So we've got, here's our new clothing. Except there is still some. I thought I told to get rid of that bin. I did. And that quiver should be upstairs. I told them no quivers down here. Put the quivers upstairs in a quiver stockpile. Right. Oh, while there's nobody on there, just remove that so that we can squeeze it up a bit and put another one in. A quiver of quivers. Indeed.
No.
Okay, so make me... It's a furnace I want. A smelter. Because I want 2 of them. Yeah, dolomite blocks will do. There we go. Quiver at my quiver of quivers. Oh, I'm all over quiver. This is great. This base is basically made of iron and coal. It's once we've got everything set up and properly ticking over, we should be able to make steel everything. We'll have all the steel things. Okay. Things I wanted to take care of. I didn't realise I'd actually left a point where they could dig that out. Aha! Eden gas stack. A sheep wool left mitten. Okay. Let's have a look at the artifact. Oh, I didn't know the books counted as artifacts. Yes, but let's have a look at... the stirred eviscerator. Wow. So... this is a sheep... Oh, do you know, I worked out how to scroll in, but I need to be off this screen to do it. This is a sheep wool left mitten. All crafts dwarf shippers of the highest quality. It is decorated with chicken leather and encircled with bands of round native gold cabochons. It is made from sheep wool cloth. The thread is midnight blue with dimple dye. Really? I didn't know I know I've been growing dimple cups, but I haven't got a dyery. A dyer's workshop. This object menaces with spikes of alpaca wool and yak bone. Yeah, that spiky alpaca wool, it threatens and menaces every time. On the item is an image of a forgotten beast in sheep's wool. On the item is an image of Inge's construct machine, the dwarf and dwarves in alpaca wool. Inge's construct machine is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Inge's construct machine to the position of King of the Purple Merchant in year 1. Okay, so we've got a bit of a historical tale on our item there. On the item is an image of square, brilliant cut gems in citrine. On the item is the image of the dowsed group, the magnetite crown in water buffalo bone. Oh, so that he's made an image of another artifact on this artifact. Yes, a left mitten. So these codexes, yeah, I didn't realise that the codexes counted as artifacts. It is the show, untitled, and give me the trees. What is the icon of this fortress? The icon? You mean like the name? As in we are the or the faction? I'll have a look in just a second. I just want to check this out. Can I see this? They have symbols. Oh, I don't know. I don't even... Oh, no, I did know that actually. But I don't know how to find out from here. You get to see them in engravings and stuff. Oh, we will be doing some engravings actually. So it's a white jade-bound codex. The written portion consists of 263-page chronicle entitled "It Is the Show," authored by Inevi Poemdawn. It concerns the tips of hail. Overall, the information is not compiled very well. The work has 3 chapters. The first chapter covers the acceptance of the elf era as a member of the Tips of Hail in the early winter of 139. The second chapter covers the acceptance of the goblin Ongo as a member of the Tips of Hail in the late summer of 141. The third chapter covers the end of the membership of the dwarf Ushat Granite Cried in the Tips of Hail in the late summer of 142. Okay. Codexes just go in the bookcases, don't they? Well, we'll soon find out. If the merchant leaves and just leaves the codexes on the floor, then I know we need to put them in a codex stockpile. Okay, merchant's about to leave. And all is good. Now, I was shooting downstairs before I got distracted by this. Right, add new task. I want you to make coal from bituminous ore, and I'm going to put a workflow on it just so that it doesn't cancel it. And I want you to make coke from lignite. Workflow so we didn't cancel it. And for the moment, I am gonna say actually, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change the range on this and say if we absolutely run out of bituminous coal or something, make me a few bars of coal. So we shouldn't be making charcoal unless we don't have any coal. So that'll, because we've got like bitumen and lignite knocking around the place. No sense in burning the trees when we've got like rocks just cluttering the place. Now you, I want you making the steel stuff. So, I wonder what we've got most of. Magnetite. Got magnetite all over the place. So, first of all, smelt up magnetite. Yep. And then make big iron. Yep. And then make steel. Yep. Okay. I would think that would keep him busy, like, forever. So on our coke making one, I would also like to start smelting up the gold. Oh, what does garnierite ore? I didn't realise garnierite was an ore. Let's start smelting up the gold. Again, I'm going to put a workflow on so that you don't cancel it if we run out, because we'll soon get more. And I don't want huge stocks of the stuff lying around the place, so just smelt it as fast as we can use it. Garnierite. Just one second, I'm going to have to look this up in the wiki. Garnierite. Okay, let me bring this across so you can see as well. Oh, it's nickel. It's a bright green stone ore. Well, I've seen it, yeah. It's useful for colour-coded levers. Ah. Yeah, so it's not a particularly useful thing. Oh, and I've been getting the most bizarre of adverts. Things like this Cosmo collection of cheap makeups and things. I've been looking up all of the clothing today on the wiki, and all of a sudden they think I'm a girl. Usually when I get advertisements targeted at me, it's for games and PC bits and stuff like that, but after all of the research I was doing into the clothing today, they've decided I'm a girl and I need backpacks. Yeah, I'm not too worried about nickel then. That's I would much rather be using up the gold that we've got lying around. That must be this stuff, yeah? Yeah, if it starts... Well, I suppose I could smelt it just to get it out of the way and make some random thing out of it. And we've got a load of steel. That means that we've got helmets and breastplates knocking around doing nothing. So let's add in... Hey, pal, who says, how am I today? I'm good, thank you very much. I would like to start making some steel leggings. Leggings of steel. Just a few. And then I would like you to make... So we've got helmets and breastplates and leggings. And have we got helmet? We must have, because they're wearing them. Helmets, breastplate, leggings. Have I got this one making shields? Oh, I have. Okay. And I would like some gauntlets. Gauntlets of steel. Now, we really need to get the dwarves trained up in their armour, because this stuff will be so heavy that you can barely move in it. And some high boots as well. So at the moment, the only limiting factor on how much steel armor we can make is how fast we can chop down the trees and make the charcoal. But now that we've got, I've got an extra furnace that's churning out the coal from the lignite and stuff. That should speed that one up. Did I do the workflow? No, I didn't. High boots of steel. Okay. Right, got those set up. Cemetery land is fine. What's the petition? The purpose of study. Yeah, you can come and study, that's fine. Extra bedrooms are being set up. Busy being dug out. Nearly finished there. Okay, the bedroom. Let's put the mayor in this bedroom, I think. So build me a bed here. We have planning mode. No, too slow. With a coffer. In front of your door. And we're gonna need to put some fancy stuff in here. I could wait until the gold has been smelted and make some golden armor stands and things, or maybe some golden. Yeah. Let's do that then. Just stick you a door on for the moment, so at least you'll have a bigger room. What we could do is, to help make this a bit fancier, is to smooth the walls. I could dig that one out one more, and I could dig... yeah, I could. Why have I not? Hang on a second. Yeah, dig you. Can't I? These seem to be set. No, I can't. Okay, just a visual distraction. Just thinking I could make it slightly bigger, but I can't. Right, designate, smooth the walls. Here. And that'll give lots of people something to do. And just make his room a bit fancier.
Ugh, I won't do it.
Okay, meanwhile, down here, I'd like to see a complete edge mined out before I start adding in the beds, otherwise I'll lose track of where I'm up to. Okay, so they're making some fancy walls. Did I miss a bit? No, somebody else must be coming up to do that. Let's see. I say... Yeah, it's designated. Fine. That was the mayor, I think, telling us that the... No, the mandate's still in place. Pretty sure you can check the folk group symbol from the civilization tab. Yeah, let's have a look. Okay. Right, merchants have set off. I'll let the merchants get off the map. And then we'll do a quick save. I think that's the donkey foal grown up, which means that it's time we ate it. Yep, you're busy. Aha! Oh. Right, let's define another temple. So we want to go not there, over here. Okay. From here to here. And you're going to be a meeting place. You are going to be a new temple. Oh, right, yeah, the gods. So we have Id, who is minerals, metals, jewels, wealth, and trade. Only 4 worshippers. Ogez, mountains and caverns. Meng, the tomb of scalding. Actually, if I just come back out of this first, I can make that bigger, and if I then go to another screen, that's probably about the right size. So let's get that activity zone again. Yes. So assign location. It is a meeting area. Assign the location. Add a location. Temple. Yeah. So hopefully that's a little easier to read, to see. Now it's bigger. Yeah, Meng, the tomb of scalding. 37 worshippers. Fortresses, war, death, and suicide. Bebmal, calm heavens, the speechless clearing. 28 worshippers of silence. Speechless, yeah, I get that. Idor, splash grizzles. 2 worshippers of lightning and the rain. The barbarian of kisses. Lust. Idim. Fire and the sun. The shore of beaching. Boundaries. Erdin. Laws. Emin, the saviour of persuading. Courage. Imus Strapdrul, the mangers of puke. 39. We've already got a temple to him. I think his is the lower of the 2 temples that are already there. Ingtak webbed mirror. The stars in the sky. Aitor song blossom, the zephyr of intricacy. Song. Okay, well it's clear who we need to make this to. Was it Meng who had 37? Yeah, fortresses, war, death and suicide. Here's a temple for you. The Persuasive Abbey. Okie dokie. And let's set up this one here. And we'll make that one, it's another meeting place. We assign the location. We add a location. It's a temple. So let's see that we've got 4, 13, got him, 28 might be the next one. Yeah. Who do you worship? We'll go and have a look. 28 worshippers. So Bebmol, calm heavens, the speechless clearing. You can have a temple in our fortress, all of your own. Okay. Is this size easier for you guys to read, or to see? Because I've now got this bit is only as wide as it was before. It does mean it'll chop off the odd end. For me, it makes the text just a little bit less defined. It's a bit more pixelated, but it's definitely larger. So I'm sure if you're reading it on a small device, I like it anyway when I'm watching people playing Dwarf Fortress and I'm watching it on something like my iPad or something. I just find that size easier to read. Yep, right, cool. We'll leave it at that then. Okay. I did do that, didn't I? I did tell him it was a temple, didn't I? I haven't kitted out that there's no statues, there's no coffers, there's nothing. These temples are just a room. It's well, yeah, I mean these are a room with rubble in, but it's something. At least it's a room. Right, let's put a table. Switch planning mode on. This is going to be the office of our mayor. No pews. Yeah, there's absolutely... I'm not sure you actually need pews in a temple. You need a container to put musical instruments. Statues go down well. Well, as long as they don't go down, that is. We shall put the table there and a chair there. Oh, okay, you want a double click, fine. Now what I want in here, actually, yeah, let's do it this way around. Okay, so put me a table there and there and there and a chair here. Oh, I haven't put planning mode on. And here and here. Then we need a restraint here. Yeah, llama wool will do. Restraint. Oh, I can do planning mode. There and there. And a bed here, or whatever. Oops, here and here. And then we need doors here. And we're short on doors. Okay. Here and here. You want double clicks too? Fine. And then if we put little stockpiles in. So I was doing some research on how to minimize the effects of, like, the negative effects of jailing your criminals. And if we give them a bed and a chair and a table that are all within one space of the restraint, then they suffer from the negative consequences far less. But I do also need to build Tammy.
Baby's been born.
Okie dokie. So build me... This is going to be Tammy's office down here. So we'll have the table... Put the table there. And the chair here. Yeah, and if we put them... Even if all we put in is just a beer barrel, then they'll be drinking alcohol instead of drinking water. And if they've got a bed, they're not sleeping on the floor, and if they eat at a table, they feel better about themselves. Why are you guys eating in there? There's a big fancy dining room there. You fools.
Sorry, I can't do it, sir.
Okay, so this is a room. That's the size of the room. And it is justice. Okay. Gonna put a stockpile in, which is food. Reserved for barrels. We're going to allow 1 barrel. Not bin. Barrel. Going to go into custom settings. And yep, enable lock all. And we're going to say that that's permitted and that's permitted. Not that we've got any meat at the moment. We'll have. I quite like playing with bees. Okay, so that's a custom stockpile. You can put 1 barrel in it. So we can have 1 there. One here. 1 there. And now, while I've got this on my cursor, is there anywhere else where we need beer? Actually, do you know what? Putting some up in the tavern probably wouldn't be a bad thing. This is, I suppose that makes a good enough dance floor there, so we could just put some beer along there. But there we could increase the number of barrels somewhat. Hello, Dwarven Foot. You like how I'm not building rectangularly? Yeah, it just makes it a bit more fiddly though when you're setting up things like the warrens and the burrows and stuff. But yeah, it's sort of like I did squares. Oh, we got new migrants and I forgot. Which means that we've got a bunch of animals knocking around. Alright, so we want to put in here on this large text. Actually, I am going to have to just expand it while I look and see what I'm putting in. Butchering time. Do you know I've got so much to butcher already? Let's just have a quick whiz through, make sure I got this right when I set it up in the first place. Llamas and alpacas. So many animals. Yeah, I do need to butcher a bunch more of those chickens. And some, yeah, because these rabbits are about to pop. Half of the bunnies are from the last crop of bunnies. So they're about to grow into adult rabbits. And we've just had another batch of baby bunnies. I think so anyway, if I remember right from last night. Yep, the donkey wants to go there. Okay, so it looks like I did have all of the right things in there. Yeah, I must have. What have we got that's not pastured? Just a keat. It's somebody's pet, so I best bring it inside where it's safe. Okay. Alright. Probably need to dump a bunch more of this. Hamster remains. No horns we'll make something of. Hair we can make stuff from. Rat remains, they can go. Hamster remains. Oh, do you know what? I was thinking that'll be cartilage. I think I need to rethink my dumping area because I've just stuck it into a stagnant pond. Now, thinking that the most interesting, the most fun looking thing on the map that's not terribly far away from us in the grand scheme of things is a necromancer dwarf fortress. I'm thinking that maybe leaving the corpses, dumping the unwanted corpses into a nearby pond is maybe not the best option. I should probably dig a pit and make sure they can't just crawl out. Well, especially these Kias, because they could just fly out. We'd have undead Kia women and men flying around the place. I had to go for a sec after the Pew comment. What did you miss? Did you see me setting up the jail? And I have just sorted out the animals that have come in from the migrants. What? Somebody's stopping digging something because they've located damp stone. Well, no one's digging here. Where? What? Oh, okay, it was right on the edge there. Is that underneath the pond? Yeah, it is. So you'll be fine. Stop panicking. You can dig it. There's nothing behind it. So, go ahead and dig. Don't be so nervous about it. Should have more people training now. Oh, I know what I've not done. Barracks. Yeah, I haven't told all of my other people that this is the place where they train. TIQ on you and TIQ on you, but you guys are just training, you're not equipping anything. Right, that should give some people some stuff to keep them busy. And how long have I been going?
Quick, get him a bottle of ale.
Been going for 2 hours. Okay, right, I did say that I would stop every hour just for a couple of minutes, so that I didn't end up with massive long videos on YouTube, and so that I didn't end up with a square bump. So what I'm going to do is, and because it'll make me autosave at least every hour as well, or quick save. So I am going to take a quick break. I'm going to start, because I'm also broadcasting to YouTube, starting and stopping the stream is not a simple thing. It just takes a few minutes. So I'm going to stop the stream now and I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll see you then.